Smashed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed it. Your launch conditions with this are amazing. 15.7 launch, 2300. You beat the optimizer in both counts. 229, 252. Okay, I still want more. I think we can
I love that. That's what I want for my club pair.
Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're testing with Paige in the bay today. We've done some iron stuff, loft and lies adjusted, new heads, new Strix and ZX5s that you love. You've still got your LA golf shafts that you love. So we're going to test the driver.
Yes.
You made a comment earlier which I think is very, very interesting in terms of what people experience in their game. You thought that based on how your irons were performing, you were starting to leak that performance into your driver and you were maybe hanging on to it a little bit. So this kind of like overdrawn that we corrected with your lie angles was sort of filtered in there.
Yeah, 100%. I love this driver. So it's the TSR3,
Yep.
LA Golf Shaft, Master Grip, and this has been my gamer.
Right.
I feel like I could get maybe a little bit more distance out of it, but the mishits and the dispersion with this driver has been great.
Okay.
Under pressure, I tend to turn it over, get a quick hook, and I hate that shot. But with this one, I really don't see that shot really at all. But I'm interested to see if you can beat this today. It's going to be quite the challenge.
It's tough. I mean, you know, it's one of those, someone walks in the bay and they've got like a certain model of driver from a certain year and you just lift the head cover off it and you just know
it's good.
Yeah, you're just like, I've got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing. But, well, let's see. There's a few little tricks we have up our sleeve. There's some new stuff. There's some shafts I've kind of picked out for you as well. Who knows? Listen, if this is a great driver for you and it ends up being great, then, you know, fine. And we can tweak things around with weighting to take that kind of push out there. But I think we can get you more.
Well, let's see.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, let's take a look. What are your expectations on distance? How far does yours go?
It depends on where I'm at, but I would say here on East Coast, normal golf course conditions, I'll hit this between 245 and can get it up to 265.
Yep.
I feel like I have decent distance on my irons and on all my fairway woods, but I have struggled with distance on my driver. I feel like there's so much more with my swing and the strength that I have that I should be hitting it so much farther. And so I have started speed training and really trying to get the ball speed up and trying to get my club head speed a little bit faster. I think even people who see my swing, I almost decel after the ball, and I'm sure that's, you know, past trauma of those duck hooks. And also just, again, no one really does speed training, and you have to train your body to move faster. And so I'm excited to see the difference, but I think with, you know, some of the small changes we can make will help me actually swing it faster. And I think that's the ultimate goal, is if we can get the swing speed a little bit quicker and the ball speed up. Yeah, let's meet in the middle. Everything you're doing, and let's try and attach some other things to it in terms of how we build the club and accelerate the process. That's what we should be able to do here, I think, is just get you to that goal a little bit quicker. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. That was a really nice delivery, Paige. That was. So 232.9 angle of attack, 1 up. Do you remember what you were at sort of previously with angle of attack before your sort of swing changes? Quite steep. You were a little steeper than that? Yeah, I always had to get a driver with very little loft on it. So I would play like a 7.5/8. Sure. And we really had to manipulate the club to help my swing. But I'm coming a little bit more from the inside now, hitting up on it, and I have seen a difference. I would say again though, like that was just kind of a stock swing for me, not swinging all out. And I would really like it to be more than 232. I mean, I hit my 3-wood almost farther than my driver sometimes, and I don't know why. If you were to show me this set of numbers, I would have actually have said, is that your 3-wood? Yeah. Because where the spin is at 34.85, even the dynamic loft, right? So we've got a 9-degree driver, we've got 18 degrees at impact. So
we do have a little bit of excess dynamic loft. Any amount of additional dynamic loft is just wasted speed. So if we look at all the wins that are achievable for us, our spin loft is too high, combination of attack angle and dynamic loft. Because that's too high, we're not putting enough pressure into the golf ball, so we can see at that speed, we can reach 140, no issue. Launch and spin are both too high in peak, so we're going to want to keep this around 85 feet. I think we might want to even take spin down a little bit. Then even they're saying 24 to 32. I wouldn't mind living like 22 to 26. I think that would be really nice, Paige. But you can kind of see that really in none of those zones, as you've modified your swing and changed some things, are you in the optimized area anymore? So that's the key time to make the changes. Is now we've made some adjustments. Okay, give me 2 more and then we'll build some stuff up for you.
And I would say when I was going through the driver fitting, my priority was dispersion.
Yeah.
So I wanted it just to be in the fairway.
I remember,
And I even said I will sacrifice distance.
Totally.
And now I feel quite different about it, and I want the distance now.
I love that. And do you know what? That's like so many valid points that you're making around that, because there is a point in which you can have to sacrifice optimum for functional.
Yeah.
Right? Functional is just like, get me in play. I'm a pretty good iron player. I just need to be able to find my golf ball. That trauma that you talked about on the left side of the course, we all have a little bit of that in there. There's scar tissue in all of us from golf course struggles. So I think in that sense, this has been a really good driver for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see, 2 more and then we'll change it up. Trackman had a hard time with that. You apparently landed in your pitch mark. 224. That was nice. That was actually, that was much closer.
I know that was probably just, it was misread, but that does happen a lot where I get no roll. And it's all carry. And when it gets a little bit wet or I'm playing a long golf course, I know it's going to be a very long day for me. And I'm going to have some long irons and woods into the greens, because I see other people, they hit it and it just rolls forever and it has this nice ball flight, and mine doesn't do that.
You've got to get that land angle. That angle of descent, 34s, that's closer for sure. Unfortunately, it didn't read quite what the ball would have rolled out to there, but those numbers were closer.
High on the face.
Yeah.
But again, like, I can hit that shot all day long with this driver.
Okay.
I want more.
We want more. We've got to see something in the 250s, right?
Yeah.
We have to. Any less than that, we're shortchanging you.
Is that where it would gap out if you look through my irons? I mean, you fit my entire bag.
Yep.
What distance are you trying to chase for me?
So when it comes to driver, I just look at your driver club head speed times 2.7.
Okay.
So for every yard, every mile an hour of club head speed you have, we have access to 2.7 yards. So I always challenge myself in every fit, can I get the player to 2.7 for every mile an hour? And then anything beyond that is launch conditions. So higher launch, lower spin, that sort of thing. You're really pretty close there. The only thing is just that dynamic loft is just too high.
Yeah.
It's just too high. Which is good, because it means there's some more yards in there for you. Okay, Paige, starting off with the COBRA DARKSPEED LS. Different head shape. What do you think?
I know, it looks like a little balloon. I was looking at the back of it. You usually don't see it bubble on the backside.
It's really, really interesting sort of shape. Designed specifically for aerodynamics. So all the curves, it's designed for airflow over and around the head. From what COBRA's tested, this driver moves faster than any other driver in the market. So we might actually pick up some club head speed and ball speed together.
Well, it looks nice, although the back is a little bit different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
The front profile is nice and small. I think
It's
sometimes
small,
there was
yeah.
this era of drivers that were so big and supersized, and it just felt like you couldn't even get through it because they were so big.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not bad for shot.
That's one. 251.
Wow. Yeah, 94 on the swing speed too. Picked up a little bit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we can lift the launch angle a little bit. the peak height, and we can carry it further. So we are right on optimal in total. We have a little bit more we can optimize, which is awesome. Okay, let me just nudge the loft up a little bit. So in that window we spoke about 22 to 26. So if we lift the loft up just a little bit, we'll lose the 21.
Yeah.
We'll lift that just a little more. Launch will come up as well. Okay, Paige, amazing start. Really, really good sort of little lift on ball speed. I love that we got into the 40s in our very first ball. Carried at 251.
Yeah.
The peak height just dipped a touch for us, and we had a little bit of curvature. So my main two things here, I want a slightly straighter flight from the driver setup, and I want to try and be 75 to 85 feet.
Okay.
Maybe even 80 to 90. Let's see. So that's got some bomber distance to it.
Yeah.
Ball speed's it's hanging a little lower than I would like. I think for as fast as you're swinging that, Paige, I think we should be living a little bit closer to that.
Okay.
We've got really high launch, really low spin. I love the height now that we're at 83. Yeah. We just could get slightly more ball speed out of it. Okay, give me one more. Smashed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed it. Your launch conditions with this are amazing. 15.7 launch, 2300. So you've beat the optimizer in both counts. 229, 252. Okay, I still want more. I think we can get.
I love that. That's what I want for my club fair.
I think we can get, like, if we can get those launch conditions, but we are still not optimized in ball speed, I know there's more in the table.
Yeah, that driver feels really good through impact.
Yeah.
Really feels like I can swing through it. I think sometimes even with my Titleist, I'm holding back or I'm not fully swinging. But that one, I feel like I could be really free through impact.
Well, look at that little kind of tight draw as well. Back to what we done with the irons. I think when the irons were really nice, they just have that lovely right start line, just falls a little left.
Yeah.
It's so neutral.
It also shows the importance of why you need to go get fit, because I would have never, get fit for Shrixon. I would have never suggested that for irons. And then especially like a COBRA driver, I would have never thought to try that right off the bat.
No. Well, the other thing is as well, like anyone who's deep in their craft, we've got all sorts of little tricks up our sleeve. Like we've got weights flying around here. We've got, like, I'm rummaging in bags in the back looking for certain shafts, and the mind just never stops. And it's the opposite end of the spectrum from off the shelf. It literally is. Okay, into the Callaway AI Smoke Triple Diamond.
Does it drive you crazy when you see people tinkering with their clubs and trying to add more weight? Because everyone has the tools now that they're able to do that.
Do you know one thing I always think? I love golf equipment, obviously, right? I love that other people love it as well. And I just think they're having fun. So I don't mind it, as long as they don't stray too far off track. Like come back to the asylum at some point, and you know, let's kind of make it right. But when they just go off on a tangent, and maybe they bought a club from us, they go off and start tinkering with it, and then they tell other people, I can't hit my driver. But they've been messing with it for the last 3 weeks. Okay, Paige. The only problem with the previous driver, I really liked it, but the gold and black wasn't doing it for me. Yeah. Right? We've got to get you back in the pink shaft. Have to.
Have to.
Pink, as we know. So this is an interesting one. Have you heard about Autoflex?
So it's funny, since I have the pink LA Golf shafts, everyone in my comments is always asking me if it's this shaft.
Right. Okay. And you've never hit it?
Never hit it.
Awesome.
Yeah, first time.
All right, let's see a few.
Ooh.
Amazing. What's pretty cool about this is 250 is now the norm.
Yeah.
It's like ho-hum to another 250. So the difference between your angle of attack and the dynamic loft, we're going to get that spin loft down. We want the spin loft in your driver page to be around 15.
Okay.
Okay, right now we're sitting around just a tad high.
Is that because of my swing, or?
Yeah, I think it's a function of the golf swing. It's a function of how your swing works with that club. Yeah. It does seem like it's a pattern though with driver.
That always has been that way.
A little bit sort of high and dynamic. Yeah. So You said earlier on you've used a bunch of 7.5 and 8 degree drivers in your time, and now I can really see why.
Yeah.
Okay, let's tune this one down a little bit for us. Okay, Paige, we've sort of like, in a good way, hit a bit of a plateau. 225, 250 total. We're looking really, really nice. The AI Smoke Triple Diamond has 2 weights in it, 2 and 14. I've taken the 14 out and put 7 in. So lighten that up a little bit. I've turned the 8 degree down to 7 degrees. So the dynamic loft number here, I'm looking for about 15.5. So let's see if that goes up and if the club head speed goes up because we've made it lighter as well. Okay, 256, I love that. Angle of attack was better there. That was a little bit more up. Peak height was really, really nice there.
It sounds so good off the face too. I feel
really
like I'm
does.
absolutely crushing
Hammered.
it.
Your launch and spin now is so good.
Yeah.
You're actually carrying the ball. If you look at where your total was earlier on.
Like 210?
Yeah, like
it wasn't.
So the totals earlier on were 233, 224, 235. Your carry distance is now what your total was before.
That's insane. Wow.
Okay, Paige, cherry on the top. We're going to add in the golf ball into the equation. Again, we talked earlier on with the irons about maybe playing something with a slightly different core and cover combination than your TP5. Let's see if this is any better, but we're really close.
Yeah, feels really good.
Love it. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Dynamic loft now is, wow, that's quite the difference. We obviously know the importance, Paige, and like how our swing impacts our launch conditions. With driver, we always promote hitting up on it a little bit more. So if we look at just at the start, before we gave you this shaft with a slightly softer tip, you were kind of like in that 1 degree up on it, and it was pretty good. But now we've given you something a little bit more active in the tip section. Look at the difference in the angle of attack. So for someone who's been a lifelong struggler with this, if I can just show you just like the way we're kind of causing the golf club to react. So we know in the backswing, the shaft will load at the top, and then the way down we want it to unload. With the softer the shaft, the more we're allowing that tip section to really unload like that, and we're going to start adding some dynamic loft. We have to do our bit with the head and go lower lofted here, but then that spin loft number, exactly where we want it.
Yeah.
Like, now your optimal actually is 261. There's room for even more.
Look at that.
So like I was loving that one, but now I'm kind of looking at it going,
what else can we do?
What else can we do? We're looking at 240 carries now and 260 total. So, and that's,
oh my gosh.
that's amazing.
That's almost, I mean, we've picked up almost 30 yards.
Yeah, almost 30 yards. What does the shaft feel like? Because it's obviously softer by nature, so it's from a timing perspective, it is a little bit different. Is it off-putting?
No, not at all. I felt like with my other driver, I would kind of hit up on it, and it wasn't flexing the way that one is. And I can't really describe the feeling, but it is almost that it's bending right. It's almost whipping at the ball now, and I can swing through it, and I'm having a lot of fun. I think just with the way that my swing is and the way that I like to attack it, it just is, I mean, connecting right at the perfect moment for me.
It seems that way. It's a really hotly debated shaft in the sense of like, is it just a soft shaft? And other people say like they've never hit anything even remotely close. I think in your case, what it's doing to the delivery numbers is the thing that impresses me the most. Your club head speed now is up at 96. So you're well over LPGA average, well over that. Ball speed for me is, I think the next stop is going to be getting that ball speed in the high 140s. And then we're really packing on the yards. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see what this is like for you on the course.
I like the whippiness of it. I've always kind of liked a shaft that
shaft feel.
Can do that.
Okay, can you give me one more for the road?
I have a question. So when it comes to tee height with drivers, where should I be teeing it up? I would always teed up a little bit higher because I felt like I needed to hit up on it.
Upswing.
And I feel lately that when I tee it a little bit lower, that's been better. But where is the proper tee height for most people?
So your point of trying to sort of match it to what you want to do versus what you do is the conundrum for everyone. So with your old delivery, yes, lower was going to be better. You're going to hit way more shots in the middle of the driver, more ball speed, more stable launch conditions. With this sort of new angle of attack being 4 up, 3 to 4 up, get it up there.
Okay.
Because the shaft is now sort of on the rise, the club head is on the rise as it impacts the golf ball. And yeah, you can tee up there without any issues at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, still good.
Where do you feel like you're hitting those last couple? Do they feel like they're solid?
I do feel like they're solid. I think because I've hit a bunch of drivers that I feel a little slow through the ball right now.
Yeah.
But I would say that even when I'm out on the golf course, I tend to not swing at, 100%. So knowing that a slower swing will still go 250 is nice. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm just going to go down. Like, I think you've made me curious about tee height. Because I'm looking at going, like, I see everything I like there. Why is the ball speed not in the 140s? Why is the smash factor a little bit low?
But the swing speed's not that bad.
It's pretty good. 94 is really good. And if we just focus in on the smash at 146, like 149, 150, like that's kind of really optimized. When I look again where your angle of attack and dynamic loft are, like they're perfect.
Yeah.
They're literally perfect. There's no reason other than maybe a little bit of a lateral miss or a vertical miss. Other than that, everything's where I want it. I mean, I'm just being a little bit nitpicky on that ball speed, but I've just nudged the ball down a hair.
With the Autoflex shaft, will the dispersion be a little bit more wild because it's a little bit more whippy, or not necessarily because it's fit for my swing?
Because it's fit for you, it won't be. So this triple diamond head has a kind of more of a bias to a rightward start line. So if I put this probably on your TSR3, you'd be hitting tons of left balls. I haven't seen really any so far with that. So we're kind of able to take advantage of the fact it does kick a little bit more and match it up with the right head to create the right pair. Quicker.
Yeah.
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 So down a little bit.
So yeah, that's the tee height.
That's, yeah.
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 7. And we've had you hit a lot of balls, Paige. I mean, you're like anyone else, there's a point of diminishing returns in the driver fit. For us to get to just about 260 out of that, I'm so pleased.
That's insane. I really didn't think that we could improve it.
We both thought that, didn't we?
Drastically.
TSR3, we both really thought that was going to be a bit of a tricky one to beat. But yeah, there's just, like we said, there's always little tricks up our sleeve, whether it's weighting and different shafts, whatever it might be, just creating a new combination. But I think the biggest thing that unlocked it is we gave you a combo that gave you a more optimized delivery, and you didn't have to change your swing.
Yeah.
So I think next time, sort of, you work with Jonathan and he's, you guys hit driver, he'll be like, oh, good work. Angle attack's now 3 up. You must have been practicing really hard. You can tell, I have been practicing really hard. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. Club fitting is transformational. It really, really is. And there's things that a really well-skilled, qualified club fitter can do that will accelerate the journey of difficulty, which is improving our golf swings. It's so hard. It's such a grind.
Yeah.
You can be stuck trying the same thing for months and months, even years, and it can be hard. Or we can accelerate the process with club fit. We don't want it to be a Band-Aid ever. We never want to mask any swing deficiencies, because long run, we run into problems with that too, but we want to have you guys enjoy it more than ever, and that's what means the most.
Yeah, amazing, and I get to keep my pink
You're
shaft.
back in the pink. You're back in the pink. We love it. Win-win for everyone. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you again soon.